Hello, everyone. Welcome in. I'm going to give just a few more minutes. We had quite a few people register, so I'm going to give people a few minutes to get in here. Feel free to use the chat. It's at the bottom right-hand corner in the screen. In the meantime, just hang out and we'll get started in a few short minutes. I'm going to turn my phone on Do Not Disturb so I don't get any calls. Get all kinds of spam calls now. And also, if anybody hears any background noise, they're cutting down trees outside. They've stopped right now, but they might start back. We had a storm a couple weeks ago, and there's like branches, like big limbs hanging off trees. So they're trying to take care of that. You should still be able to hear me over them if that starts up though. And I'll send a message in chat just so you guys can all see where that is at. I hope everybody is having a great day. I'm excited for the weekend because Memorial Day is on Monday. I'm sure a lot of you are also getting Memorial Day off, so long weekends are always nice.
Yeah, Megan, you've noticed how many holidays we have. How do you feel about that?
I'm jealous about it. You guys have a holiday every other week.
Yeah, it feels like that this year. It just lined up due to the fact they had like elections in the middle of the week. That never happened. Elections are always on a non-working day. But yeah, it was weird. It was a lot. I actually was excited to have my laptop, and whenever we would go somewhere, because it's a holiday, I would just work, send emails back and forth. So,
what holiday is it this Friday?
So have you heard of the Cyrillic alphabet?
No.
So that's like the alphabet Russians use and Eastern Europe uses.
Okay.
Yep, and it in fact originated from Ohrid. There was a monastery there, and the now so-called saints Cyril and Methodius actually established the alphabet itself. And yeah, it's just something that for me is not that big a deal.
Yeah, that's neat though.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, we've given people a few minutes to get in. I actually still see people registering, but we're going to go ahead and get started so that we're not taking up too much of your time. We will be sending a recording out, or you'll automatically get one afterwards. And so if you have to leave or you come in late, don't worry, you'll have a recording to watch back. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started. So hello, everybody. Welcome to today's Clerkminutes training. My name is Megan. I'm a self-proclaimed Clerkminutes specialist. I don't know if it's really self-complaint. People start calling me that, so I'm just going to call myself a Clerkminutes specialist as well. To start today's webinar, I'm going to do some quick polls so that we can all get to know each other. I know a lot of you here, or I'm assuming since you're here that you do minutes regularly. So I kind of just want to see where we're at on the AI side of things. So have you ever tried AI tools for your meeting minutes? And the different options that I have are yes, no, I've heard of them, but never tried it. You can just let me know in chat. So Stephanie says that she loves ChatGPT. So she's been using ChatGPT. It's her friend. I also love ChatGPT. It's great. Do we have anybody else that's tried AI, or have you not tried any AI tools? I know we have some people here that have already tried or are currently using Clerkminutes. So if you've used Clerkminutes, you've used AI tools. Maggie says that she hasn't tried anything. Also, Maggie, I love your name. That's what half of my family calls me. Fun fact. I don't know if Adonis knows that.
Nah, I didn't know that.
That's one of my nicknames. Okay, Desiree says she's heard of it, but hasn't tried it. And Stephanie says it really is our favorite friend. All right. Feel free to continue answering. It's good to know we kind of have a mix of people in here. We have some people who've tried AI tools. We have some people who haven't used them at all. And Maggie says that she does hate taking meeting minutes. So I feel like that's a common complaint that we hear. So with that, what is your biggest pain point with your current meeting minutes process? And I have a couple of options here. You can choose from one of these options or just let me know in chat. Like, you can freestyle what the biggest issue for you is with taking meeting minutes. And Nancy, I see that you've tried it and love it. That's awesome. I'll just give you a minute to answer. I know this is a little bit of a longer one. So Maggie says it takes too much time. I feel like that's probably the most common complaint. And then Stephanie says that she's had 4 meetings in the last 2 weeks and at least 1, maybe 2 more in another week. So that's just a lot of meetings to have to do minutes for. And then Desiree says A and C. So it takes too much time and keeping track of who said what is difficult. I'm so sorry, Stephanie. I'll keep you in my mind and my prayers. My thoughts and prayers for you. That is a lot of meetings to do minutes for. All right, great. That's some really insightful answers. I feel like I kind of already knew that most of the people were going to say that it takes too much time. I've been working with clerks now for a few years, and this kind of feeds into my next slide. And one of the most common complaints I've heard is that many of you don't enjoy doing minutes. And the reason why is because it takes hours and hours to do the old-fashioned way. I was hearing that before we even had Clerkminutes, before we even came up with the idea of Clerkminutes. All the way back in 2021, I've been meeting with clerks like as part of my job for years. And I think all of you collectively hate meeting minutes. I've met one person since 2021 that actually enjoyed meeting minutes. So just imagine that there's a way that you can do it in minutes instead of hours. That's what Clerkminutes does. We've developed a technology that shortens the process. So minutes turn into hours and hours turn into days, but think of what you could accomplish with your reclaimed time. Clerkminutes isn't just about saving your time. It's also about unlocking your potential to do things like attend community events, proactively address residents' concerns, champion projects that make a difference, or even form stronger connections with residents or collaborate with your colleagues in other departments. You might also want to invest in training, which I know you guys have to do, and pursue certifications or even expand your skills to better serve your community. With Clerkminutes, we're going to help you do that by giving you your time back. So with us today, if you've noticed, I have another person. That's Adonis. He's a project manager with Clerkminutes, and he'll be around to answer any of the techie questions. We do have a question and answer session at the end. He knows a little bit more on the techie side and can answer some questions I can't. And if you also stick around at the end, we might go a little bit over with this, but if you'd like to see a live demo, he'll be doing a live demo at the end if anybody's interested. I don't know if, Adonis, you want to say hi really quick? I don't know if you want to mute yourself.
Hey, everyone. Hope you're doing good today. And I do hope that I'll blow your minds with the demo that I have planned for you.
I'm sure you will. So now that we've talked a little bit about what Clerkminutes is and what it does, let me tell you a little bit about how it works. So if you're used to the struggle of creating minutes from scratch, you're really going to love how Clerkminutes makes the process as easy as possible. I can break it down into 3 easy steps for you. So the first one is building the agenda. With this, Clerkminutes gives you a structure to work with where you can either build an agenda in our software, or you can just upload your current agenda. If you have an easy process for creating those, you can just upload your PDF, and our system will read it and put it in a format that we can use to create the minutes. The next step is to upload the recording. So after a meeting, all you have to do is upload your audio or video recording into Clerkminutes. And our system works with most common file formats, so there shouldn't be any issues there. And then the last step is where the magic happens. Clerkminutes uses advanced AI to analyze your recording, and then it generates a draft, identifies speakers, and events timestamps important decisions. It's not just fast, it's also really accurate. All you need to do is a quick review. You might need to make minor adjustments, and then your minutes are ready to go. It's very simple. So before we get into the agenda process in Clerkminutes, I'd like to know what your process for creating meeting agendas is. I've met some people where they have a template that they kind of update every time. Sorry, I think we might be having technical issues with, okay, I think Autonomous is handling it. I know some people, they have templates that they just update. Do you create it from scratch? Just let me know in chat. So, okay, Sherry's in. Sherry, you'll get a recording at the end, so you can watch back the beginning. We're just getting started.
Welcome, Sherry.
Okay, so I see Stephanie and Ellen both have a basic template. And I see a few more people are typing. I feel like that's what I've heard. Most people do have a basic template. Yes, Sherry also has one. That's mostly what I've heard. And if that process is, Desiree also has one. If that process, you still find it very easy, simple, meeting agendas isn't a big pain point for you, you can still use your meeting agendas how you currently do them in Clerkminutes. So we have 2 different options. The first option is the PDF option where you just upload your version, and then our system kind of reads it and pulls out the different points. And then the second option is you can create an agenda with our agenda builder, and we're constantly improving this. So if you have used Clerkminutes already and you have any suggestions for how we can improve this process, feel free to let us know in an email or even in chat. But how it works right now is you can put in an agenda item, you can create sub items as well. And for the main agenda items, you can add attachments. So if any department members or maybe council members need to go in and add their own agenda items, points of topics to talk about, they can do that and also upload any files associated with that topic. And Stephanie, I see you have a question about the agenda builder. Can they have hyperlinks to each one that has a packet with it? I was gonna say, I'll just let Thomas answer that.
Yeah, that's a good point, Stephanie. In fact, it's something that is on our roadmap currently. The only thing that you can do to include a packet is attach it to the agenda item itself. So in this screenshot from Megan, you can see there's attachments, documents, or other files, and that's where you can add a PDF attachments. In the text description, you can add a URL, but it's not as good as we want it to be, and as you know, we always try to improve. So one of our next steps will be to have links to each agenda item.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Thomas. So right now you can't have a hyperlink. You can put a link there, it just won't be hyperlinked. And then your other option is to just upload the agenda packet as a file. All right. Do we have any other questions about the agenda process? you can go ahead and if anybody has questions about that, feel free to share them. I see that Stephanie's connection's bad. You can always watch back afterwards.
I have questions about the agenda itself. So who in the chat actually like approves the agenda before the meeting itself? Cool.
So I
And
see the chairman, village president.
do they receive, how do they receive it?
And the mayor or chairperson from Stephanie. And who was it that had sent that? Sherry, we'll show a example of an agenda in the agenda builder when Autonomous does the live demo at the end, if you want to stick around for that. Okay, mostly email, so you email it to them. Maggie also does email. Did you have a follow-up with that, Autonomous? Or is it just out of curiosity?
Yes, it's out of curiosity to see if there's anything we can do to improve the processes for anyone that uses Clerkminutes.
Oh yeah, chairperson approves and approvals discussions via email. So that's really good to know that everybody pretty much, the approval process takes place over email. Yeah, maybe there's a way we could have it routed to them once the agenda is finished.
Yeah, they can now take a look. So if you have chair people or mayors or anyone that needs to approve something like that, like the village president, you can have them as part of HeyGov, and they can always log in to see your agenda itself. There's no button to approve it, but they can review it and let you know in person or over email. But it's good to know that who is doing that and how.
Yeah, anyone else who needs to be added in to view or edit the agenda or view the minutes afterwards can be added into HeyGov as a department member or as a new department. So if your mayor or village president or anyone like that does need to log in to see the agenda, they are able to do that in our system. So that's nice to know. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
So the agenda process, that's pretty much it. That's all you need. That's basically what you need to know about the agenda process. And again, Autonomous will do a live demo if anybody wants to see that more in depth. The next thing that we need to do is upload the recording. So with that, I want to know how you guys record your meetings. Audio recording, video recording, or maybe you do not record your meetings yet. And as always, just let me know in chat. So I see Sherry doesn't currently record her meetings. And then Maggie uses a recorder. I'm guessing that's just like an audio recorder. And then Desiree does audio and video through Zoom. And I'm talking about either, like if you do audio or video or both. Yeah, Maggie has a little handheld audio recorder. And Nancy says that they do audio and video recording. They have a system to record meetings. Ellen does audio and video through Zoom. And Stephanie does audio and is also trying to record with Zoom also. That's great to know. If for those who don't currently record their meetings, or maybe you're looking at ways to improve how you record your meetings, here's some of the most common ways I've heard from our customers on how they're recording their meetings. The first is a handheld recorder, very simple, basic. With this, you may want to only use this if you have smaller meetings. It might not work for bigger cities since they are kind of localized. And we did have some people in chat who use a handheld recorder. So maybe you can give some tips on how you make that work for you. And the next option is an AV system. This is actually what I recommend for most people for like your town hall, city hall meetings, is just having somebody put in a dedicated AV system and have them show you how to set up and record your meeting through your computer or even stream it. I think I know it's a little bit more costly, but I think it's the most efficient and easiest way to get a system set up. Like I said, I know not everybody has room in their budget for it, but if you do, I would definitely look at getting that done. It also helps with just accessibility for your residents, allowing them to view the video and audio afterwards in the best quality possible. And then another option, one of our customers uses Owl Labs, and I've always thought this was really cool for your smaller like meetings, like maybe department meetings and things like that. Owl Labs is something definitely to look into. It does a 360 audio and video recording. It's pretty neat. And another option, as we have people in chat who said that they currently do this, is a live stream on Zoom or YouTube. And you'll usually need to pair this up with another option like an AV system or lavalier mics, or, you know, another option so that's a little bit louder and people can hear it well. And I see that Desiree also uses Owl at times. And Stephanie says they got Logitech and got rid of the Owl. So different things work for different municipalities, but there are many different options. And with Clerkminutes, any way that you record it is going to work with our system. We accept all the common file types, whether it's MP3, MP4, WAV, movie file, or you can even upload your copy and paste your public Zoom or YouTube link, and we can actually pull the video from there. Otherwise, all you have to do is upload your recording. It's that simple. And I'm kind of going back and forth so I can see everybody's comments as well. So if you see me pause, that's what I'm doing. Does anybody have questions about the audio video side of things? It's not too complicated. Like I said, you just have to have a way to record it to get it into our system. And there's many different ways you can do that. And maybe if you don't like your current method of recording, somebody in chats gave you an idea to try out. Okay, I'm going to move along. Atanas, let me know if anybody has any questions and just stop me because I can't see the screen when I'm on my slides. All right, so the last step is to process your minutes. And I want to know before we talk about this, this is probably a longer section, how long does it take you to finish your minutes? I've heard people say anywhere from an hour. I talked to one person that spends at least 10 hours a month on meeting minutes, which blows my mind. I could not imagine spending that long on creating meeting minutes. Stephanie says 6 to 8 hours per meeting. And Ellen says 1 to 2 hours per meeting. Stephanie, didn't you say you have 4 meeting minutes to, like 4 things of meeting minutes to do? That is a lot. Ellen says 1 to 2 hours. Sherry says a half an hour to 1.5 hours. Nancy says 2 to 8 hours per meeting. Wow. And then Maggie says 2 to 3 hours. I'm so sorry, Stephanie. And then Desiree says, depending on length of meeting, anywhere between 3 to 10 hours. This makes me very thankful that I am not a clerk, because I think I would go crazy having to sit there and spend that long on minutes. But hopefully, if you try Clerkminutes out, we can help shorten that amount of time, because that is so long. Stephanie says, many special meetings lately with different cities, plus our own special meetings. Like I said, I am keeping you in my thoughts and prayers. I couldn't do it. I guess I would if it was my job, but I wouldn't like it. So the last step is to process your minutes. And with this, we need to set length and tone and proofread minutes. Before we do that, an extra step you can do to process your minutes and maybe make them generate a little bit better is assign speakers. We have a little transcript section. This is going to capture everything that was said during the meeting, and you can actually export this out as well. But on this page, you're able to assign speakers. And what this does is have those names generate in the minutes so that you're not having to manually type those names. And it can tell the difference between people's voices. So if I assign speaker 1 as Victor, and let's say Victor was talking 50% of the meeting, I'm not going to have to go and assign every time Victor was talking. It'll auto assign Victor's portions of the meeting with his name. And then if somebody's not currently in this drop-down list, so you see there's a drop-down list of speakers, you can easily add speakers. You just enter in their names, and you can add as many as you need. So now that we've done that little extra step, again, it's not required. It just helps out with adding names into the minutes instead of having to do it afterwards. It makes it a little bit easier. The next thing that we need to do is set the length and tone, and that's exactly what it sounds like. You're just going to choose the length. There's some different options, short, medium, or you can have it longer. And then you need to set the tone. There's also quite a few options for this. You can choose professional tone, make them sound more casual. There's also one called official meeting format. There's some silly ones, like you can make your minutes sound like a Southerner if you want your minutes to sound like me, or you can make it sound like a Wisconsinite. I know like a lot of our customers are from Wisconsin, and so we kind of made that just to be silly, I guess. And once you've chosen your length and your tone, all you have to do is click generate draft minutes, and it'll start generating your minutes for you. And then the last step that we need to do is proofread our minutes. This is probably the most important steps. So with this, we do have a built-in text editor, and you're going to want to read through and make sure there's nothing weird, because it is AI generated, or anything that, when I say weird, I just mean maybe it misheard you or added in something that you didn't want in your minutes. Maybe it misspelled a name. So with our system, you can just go in and edit things as needed. Anything that you should need for a text editor, it should have. So if you need to make bullet points, bold, italicize, add in hyperlinks, you can do that here. And just for a little pro tip, I'm not sure if anyone who's currently using Clerkminutes, if you've tried this, but if you don't like how your minutes generated, there's a button at the bottom that says regenerate minutes, and you can actually have it regenerate your minutes for you. And maybe the second generation will be better than the first. So now we've fully processed our minutes, and we've also completed the whole process for Clerkminutes. We've built our agenda, we've uploaded our recording, and we've processed our minutes. So our minutes are finished. That means all we need to do at this point is download them and put them wherever they need to go. So at this point, I'm just going over to chat to make sure I don't have any messages. And Stephanie, I see you asked, does it do a summary for each agenda item? And it does. And we can talk more about that in a second. So imagine this. You've just finished a long, complex meeting. Maybe you're Stephanie and you've had a lot of long, complex meetings. You're exhausted, but the work's not even done. Now you need to spend hours deciphering recordings, typing notes, and trying to remember who said what. Does that sound familiar? Minutes the old-fashioned way can really be a major drain on your time and energy. And let's be honest, no one enjoys this part of being a clerk. It's tedious, it's time-consuming, and it keeps you from focusing on the truly impactful parts of your job. So that's where Clerkminutes comes in. Our AI-powered software does the heavy lifting for you. So now picture this. It's after the meeting, and all you have to do is upload your agenda and your meeting recording, and then within minutes, you have a fully formatted draft of your minutes with accurate speaker identification and time stamps. All you have to do is review and edit, and you're done. So before I get into our new updates for those of you who are currently using Clerkminutes, and before we get into the live demo, does anyone have any questions? I see Sherry asked what the cost is of this HeyGov module. We have different pricing options. It ranges from $99 a month to $299. Is that right, Thomas? It's been a while since I looked at the pricing. And then we also have annual options, which are a little cheaper, which start at $1,000 a year and go up to $3,000. Is that right? And I can actually, we can actually look at the pricing together. I had it in my old presentation and I forgot to move it over into this one. So I'll actually just stop sharing that. We can look at the pricing together. Let's see.
Ellen is also asking if we have an option for a trial. Ellen, you can see from the screen you have a 30-day free trial.
Yes.
And yes.
Yes, we do. And I'll send a link for that at the end as well. So our different options for packages, we have the starter package. That's for 5 meetings a month. You can have up to 5 team members in 3 departments, and that's $99 a month. And then if you need additional meetings, they're only $20 each. And then the next package goes up to 15 meetings monthly. You get more department members, more team members, and the additional meeting generations are only $13 each. And then we have our pro package, which is 50 meetings monthly, 50 team members. These are for really big municipalities, 20 departments, and it brings down the additional cost of your meetings to $10 each, and that's $4.99 a month. So I was a little off with that. And this one, yeah, I was off with the last one too. My mind halfway works. And then these are the annual packages. Like I said, it cuts down the cost a little bit if you do it annually instead of the monthly pricing. It's the same options, just like I said, it brings down the cost a little bit if you pay for it all at once. All right, I'm going to stop sharing and share my other screen again. Do we have any other questions?
I'll add on to the trial option while the tree cutting people are out of your way, Megan. So, so Ellen, we do have a 30-day free trial, and you can in fact try one meeting for free on the website itself. There's a try page, so you can even try before the 30-day free trial. If you like what you see on the try page, you can then request for a full meeting and start your 30-day free trial. After starting your 30-day free trial, we know that sometimes not everyone has the opportunity or all of the meetings lined up to try Clerkminutes, so you can easily use old meeting minutes and recordings and agendas, or you can even use the referral program that we have, a referral clerk, and with each referral you get 30 more days of free trial. So that's like 12. If you refer 12 people, you almost have 1 year of free trial of Clerkminutes.
Yeah, I think we have one clerk who's up to 7 referrals.
8.
I said 8. She's up to 8 now, so she has 8 months free to use Clerkminutes. And everybody has that option. You just have to refer someone and have them try it. They don't even have to pay for it, and you get an extra month for free. And it's unlimited as of right now, so you can refer as many clerks as you want to get those many months for free. And we just kind of automatically apply that to your account for you if somebody puts your name into the referral tab, or if they use your link out there one.
Yes, and there is one more thing that I want to add about the trial itself. We are a company that always believes in doing the right thing for clerks and treasurers and anyone in a municipality. We know that you guys are superheroes, basically, especially Stephanie with so many meetings, so many hours per meeting that she spends on. And we always try to do our best. For example, when you start a trial, we never ask for a credit card information from you. We do not charge after the trial has ended. You are the one that always makes the decision to continue with the trial, to continue with the paid example, and more. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
And Sherry, let me see if I can pull up her. She's in City of Murray in Utah. If that helps. I was gonna link it, but I was having trouble pulling it up. And then Stephanie. That's completely fine. Yeah, you can just email us with questions as you think of them or as you use it. If you need to get on another call with me or Tanis and just kind of go through it and define best practices for your minutes, if you're having issues with it, Stephanie, we can get on a call with you again. All right, guys. So now I'm going to go over some of our updates. Let me get back to this. Okay. So we have two updates that will be coming very soon that I think everybody will be very excited about. So the first one is faster minutes generation. If this will play.
Yeah, it's cutting up.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, probably due to internet and because this is a GIF. One thing to add to this, we're very proud of this update. So this is a test example of generating minutes for an hour and 45-minute long meeting. Stephanie was with us with the earlier version, and when you would generate the minutes in the earlier version, you would generate them within 1 minute and 45 seconds. So, but with the new version that we rolled out a couple of days ago, you can actually generate the minutes for in 45 seconds. So that's a minute cut for this generation. So for us, it might seem like a small thing, but for us, every incremental update means a lot, because every incremental time saving for you will mean a lot of time at the end.
Yeah, and it basically, like, you're cutting down on a minute for each time, and it's a lot less grueling to have to sit there for almost 2 minutes than about a minute. And you don't even have to stay on that screen. You can pull up another tab and keep on going. But it really is, like, this is kind of freezing a little bit, but it is so much quicker. It blows my mind. Okay, and then our next update is AI action items. So this is coming very soon, so keep an eye out for this update. But with this, we had many people who were, sorry, I'm going to turn my volume down a little bit. We had many people who wanted their minutes or certain sections to be longer. They felt like certain sections were too short. So with this, you'll be able to make individual sections. You can just highlight and make that section or that agenda item longer. And you see we have other options that will also be coming in the future, like fixing spelling and grammar or changing the tone. But I think the one people are going to be most excited about is making certain sections longer.
Yeah. To add to this, again, the video is not playing due to internet issues.
I do have a screenshot of it, though.
Yeah. And the screenshot speaks for itself. So you basically select the paragraph or the agenda item that you want to make longer. You click on a button and the AI makes it longer. This is a very interesting thing that we're actually working on, and that will come within our next updates. The previous updates that we talked about, they're already live. So we're hoping that by the issue that we learn from you, that the biggest issue is more granular control over agenda items and the generated minutes themselves. So each paragraph under the agenda item. So that is why we have decided to create a tool like this, where you can select and add AI actions per agenda item, paragraph, etc.
Yeah. And Desiree, I see your question. Doesn't the tool already transcribe word for word? And it does. That's in 2 different sections. So some people like to have the full transcription. So we do have that available. And then and another section, it generates like your actual minutes for your meetings. And with that, a lot of people were finding that certain sections or maybe their minutes overall were just not long enough. They wanted it more detailed. So this gives you a little bit more control to make certain sections or even the full thing longer if you didn't find it to generate enough for you.
To add on to the updates that are live currently, there's also an update to the minutes editor. It's much easier now for you to edit the minutes within Clerkminutes instead of before. So our main focus, as you can see from the past few weeks, is to implement all the learnings that we had from you. So I'm very grateful about that, and thank you for everyone that shared their thoughts and comments about Clerkminutes.
Yeah, and thank you, Autonomous, for adding on to that. I get lost in all the updates, and sometimes I miss some. But yes, with the text editor, it's going to float right at the top, so it'll kind of be sticky at the top of your page as you scroll down, instead of it just being at the bottom of the page. So now that we've went through the updates and we've went through the presentations, and you guys have all been very patient and very kind and you've participated very well. So I'd like to give you a gift, and we've kind of already talked about it, but the first thing is reclaim time. I want to give you the opportunity to get some of your time back so that you can put it in to what matters most to you and free up that mental space and energy if you're like Stephanie and you're stressing out about your minutes and dreading them. If you haven't already tried Clerkminutes yet, you do get a 30-day free trial, and I'm going to drop that link now in chat so that you can click on it and save it for later. Let me get back to the presentation. There we go. And so you can click on that, have it pulled up in another tab so you can try it out, get 30 days free, and then as many people as you want to refer to try Clerkminutes. Like I said, all they have to do is try it out, and then you get another month for free. And if you need to contact me or Atanas, I'll also drop our emails in chat. So if you have any questions afterwards, or you just want to let us know of any suggestions, my cat came to say hi, any suggestions you have for us to improve the minute process, please send them our way and let us know. We do take all suggestions very seriously. And if we talk to other people and they feel like it's a good suggestion, they feel like they also need that, we'll implement it. We're always looking for ways to improve our services. So I am sending our emails in chat now. All right, and if anybody wants to stick around, Atanas is going to do a live demo. So maybe if it's hard for you to visualize how it works and you need to see that before you try it out, he'll take you on that journey. I'm going to stop sharing.
I'm trying to share now. Share screen, entire screen. Well, the scariest thing you can see on my screen is my face, so you already saw that, so you're good to go. So I am now, you can see I opened 2 screens on my computer. There's 2 options for you to start the meeting itself, so you can click to add a meeting, but there's a lot of people that are basically using the agenda itself. Oops. The weather is worsening on our end. So you can drop the agenda and wait a couple of minutes. The AI itself will take a look at the agenda that I just dropped and create the meeting out of it. So it's basically looking at the header of the agenda, it's looking at the time, listed in the agenda and it's creating the meeting itself. So you can see it already pulled the date and all of that. In fact, what it did, it already pulled the agenda itself. So when you have this, it's very nice because it just pulls everything in. You can edit the agenda items as Megan suggested. You can add more if you want, or you can upload the agenda as I did for the whole meeting itself. I will now go to transcript and speakers and I will add a video if I find it. Yeah, there it is. Hopefully my internet will serve me well. In the meantime, what's going on in the backend is it's basically allowing for the upload. And yeah, there it goes. So we might need to wait for some time, but instead of waiting, I can always go back and work on other meetings. So I already uploaded the same meeting before when I was testing some stuff, and not the same, a similar meeting. And you can see here in the overview tab, I have more, and in the transcript tab, I have the upload itself and the transcript itself. So in the transcript, I can in fact assign speakers for each part of the transcript. So if there's people that talked during the meeting, you can assign them within the transcript. And here you can in fact see everyone that talked at what points of the meeting itself. I can even meeting here if I want. So if I scroll down, all the way down, so this happens with longer meetings, I can also download the transcript in a CSV or a text format. We always suggest downloading in a CSV file because it allows for more granular control for you in an Excel spreadsheet with the speakers themselves. I know people have been asking for text files, but those can be, let's say, off when you download with the speakers. And now I'll just jump into the minutes themselves. You can see these are already generated. We have our trusty new editor here. And let's say I don't like the minutes here. I can always click to regenerate them. And this is in fact how the minute generation works in the first place. So I just click to regenerate them. Stephanie's here, knows from before how long it took for minutes like these to be generated. And you're now seeing in action, first time live, how the minutes get generated in the faster new way. So you can see how they're just piling up very, very quickly, much quicker than before. It's basically the difference between a Formula One car and my old car, which barely hit 100 miles. So joking aside, that's how you generate the minutes. Come on, this was a long meeting, I guess. And we can see it was adjourned. I can in fact download the minutes by clicking here in a PDF or Word format. You can also give us a rating, and if you give us a rating, you can also give us feedback on how to improve Clerkminutes. So the faster minute generation, the ability for AI actions, the new minutes editor, those are all different ways that you already shared with us in how to improve the minutes. That's only from the last update. Previously, we worked on assigning speakers, creating better agenda editing, and so forth. So my computer seems to be not playing well with me. It's doing that for some time already. But that's in fact how you can do all of this. I don't know how to stop sharing. Okay, I think I did. So does anyone have any questions about all of this?
And if anyone needs to
I missed someone.
needs broken down steps. Huh? Sorry. Am I freezing?
Yeah, you're going back and forth.
Oh, okay. Am I okay now?
You're better now. Yeah, but I missed the best conversation about cinnamon bears. Oh, I haven't eaten all day. I just have had only a Greek salad, nothing else.
Oh no, you'll have to eat after this. But if anyone needs step by step on how it works, we do have a page on Clerkminutes for that, and I'll send a link to that as well if you want to bookmark it. We kind of have it broken down a little bit better. All right. If anybody has any questions, feel free to hang around and drop those in or send us an email. Otherwise, thank you so much for your time and your patience and your participation.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for bearing with me.
Cinnamon bearing with you. Chocolate covered cinnamon bearing with it.
You just sweetened that one. Thank you, Megan.
We'll make sure you get a recording, Ellen.
Yeah. Thank you for asking for a recording.
Yeah. And thank you, everybody. Everyone should receive a recording. If you don't get one and you want one, just email us. You should automatically get one, I think. I think that's how it's set up. Oh, I hate that, Ellen. We do them every month, so if you want to attend another one and hang out with us, feel free. I think we have some people that come to every single one, like Stephanie. She's on it. Food is good. Billy Goat needs to share pictures of his favorite food.
I can, in fact, share pictures of what I made these past few days. Do you guys want to see them? I have only one.
I do.
So I made pasta with tomatoes, and I cooked a chicken breast steak, put some stuff over it. It was a nice thing to do. Yeah. Pasta is my friend. Yeah, Stephanie. I made beans the other day. Those were crazily good with baked tomatoes. Stephanie, I need to show you and share with you the coffee I drink. It's much better for your health and it keeps you going all day. So
my guilty pleasure is Dr. Pepper.
Okay. Okay, Stephanie, sorry.
I'm more of a Dr. Pepper person than a Coke person.
I've never tried Dr. Pepper.
You've never tried Dr. Pepper?
Yeah.
Very good. It's also very addicting, so I don't drink it too often. But like if I go out to a restaurant or something, it's so good. Your kids love Dr. Pepper. My mom is like the biggest Dr. Pepper fanatic, and she got me hooked on it. I wasn't allowed to have it like as a kid, but when I got older, like once I was a teen, I was obsessed with it.
I lost you guys. Okay, there you are. Okay.
Oh, let me stop the recording so people don't just hear us talking about Dr. Pepper and Coke. Okay, bye everybody who's watching the recording.
Bye everyone.